Hello everyone, I am Kapila here, your English teacher, and today we'll do the poem The Kite written by Harry Ben. The poem Kite is all about the action of flying kite there in the sky. You all must have seen kites flying in the sky. Colorful kites with tails, without tails, big, small, all sorts of kites. They look so beautiful when they're new there up in the sky. The blue sky is all covered with colorful papers, the colorful kites. So that action has been described over here. And how with the blow of the wind, it dives, it dips, then we pull the string when the wind is not there, then we leave it slack, we leave it loose. So all that is here. And when it is cut and it hangs there in the tree somewhere, then it becomes a ragged ear. That is, it becomes torn and tattered, and slowly and gradually as the days pass and it is stuck there in the tree, the color also fades away. So that act the poet has described here in this poem. Before we read the poem, let's have a look at some words given here. You may pause the video and have a look at these words. Now let's read the poem. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail, then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows, and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. What a ragged ear thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. So initially the poet tells us that when the kite is new, it looks beautiful there on the blue sky, and it dives and dips. It goes down, so it takes a dive and dip, then soars like a ship. Now see, the movement of the kite is being compared to the movement of the ship. Like the ship sails on water, on the waves. Similarly, on the waves of wind, the kite also soars in the sky. So when such a comparison of one quality that is common in both but of two different objects is made, it is termed as a simile. Like we wear ornaments and good clothes to beautify ourselves. Similarly, to beautify the language, there are poetic devices. And this is one poetic device, that is simile over here. Now, the act of the sailing of the ship is being compared to the act of the soaring of the kite. So, the ship sails on the water, on the waves of the water, and the kite sails on the waves of the wind. So when like and as is used, I'll give you some more examples. Like here it is, the kite soars like a ship, right? Similarly, I can say she is beautiful like a rose. So this is a simile here. This is how you recognize with the use of like and as. She is as beautiful as a rose. She is beautiful like a rose. Okay, now I think you will be able to recognize simile. Then, so the tides are there of the water that I have explained to you. And then when the wind falls, then what happens? The string, it becomes loose, slack. So we quickly wind it up. And then we wait for the new breeze to come, so that when it comes, then again we let the string loose, and then again it soars in the sky. And its wings, the two sides, in between there is a line, and on the two sides the paper is there. Those are the wings of the kite. So the wind fills in those wings, and then the kite again soars up in the sky. But once it is cut, then it becomes all torn and tattered. It is all torn, right? It is into pieces, and it is there in the tree, right? I hope you must have understood the poem. Now let us see to the working with the poem. List out the action words in the poem. Some words have been given over here. The rest you will be able to sort out from the poem because of the list of words that you have read earlier. So now you know that what all words they describe the movement of the kite, they have to be written over here. For example, dive, dip, snaps, right? Rest of the words you can write. Read the lines from the poem. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. The movement of the tailless kite is compared to the ship with a sail. This is called the simile. So this already I have explained you what a simile is and how you can recognize a simile. Now let us fill the sentences that have been given over here. These are all similes. He runs like a cheetah. We can write that. Then he eats like a glutton. A glutton is a person who eats a lot. She sings like a cuckoo. It shines like a diamond or a star also you can write. It flies like a bird or an eagle. Whatever you think the most appropriate for the comparison, you can write that object here. Now you can make small miniature kites, small kites you can make with the help of colorful papers that you have, glazed papers and all, and the sticks you can take from the brooms that you have at home, and you can make with tail, without tail, and if you want you can make big kites also, and you can fly them in the air to feel the motion that the poet has explained it to here. And also write a paragraph on your experience when you flew the kite for the first time. That's all for now. See you in the next video.